I am the Lonely Necron, and welcome to my basement. Today we're going to do a Chaos Defense Necron Assault, but we're going to do a little experiment with some bunkers. So, I have 6 of these set up for the Chaos to hide in. They'll have 15 wounds, they'll hold 5 guys, or in the case of one bunker, 1 monster with 5 wounds. And you can hit them on a 2 and wound them on a 2 and no save rolls. So, yeah. This will be the Chaos Defense. It's got 6 bunkers in it, so hopefully that'll stand up to the Necrons. So defending today, we have Leading the Force as this Master of Executions. We also have a Sorcerer and a Master of Possessions. A crappy 10-man squad of Chaos Cultists. 5 squads of 5 Space Marines. So we got a Aspiring Champion with a Power Fist and a Plasma Pistol with an Autocannon. Plasma Pistol and a Chain Axe with a Heavy Bolter. Regular Chainsword with a Flamer. And I don't have enough Aspiring Champions, so this is just an Aspiring Champion with a Bolt Gun and a Plasma Gun for their special weapon. And this is an Aspiring Champion with a Bolt Gun, and they don't have a special weapon. 2 Greater Possessed, an Obliterator, a Venom Crawler, a Night Desecrator with a Reaper Chainsword and the Laser Destructor, and then Bleak Rides' Night Castellan. We're going to pretend it looks like that. Same loadout and all that. We have a Demon Prince of Slash that'll probably get summoned in at some point. Some Warp Talons and an Obliterator just kind of hiding out in the teleport area. So yeah, that's roughly 2,100 odd points of Chaos Night Lords. So on the Necron side, I have an Overlord with the Relic Void Reaper, a Royal Warden, 3 squads of 10 warriors with the Gauze Reaper, 3 squads of 10 immortals with the Tesla Carbine, 3 heavy destroyers, 1 with the Iminic Exterminator, and 2 with the Gauze Destructor, and 2 Doomsday Arcs, a Kanaka Doomstalker, and the Shard of the Void Dragon. I'll admit it, I'm kind of addicted to the Catan, but it is what it is. So there's roughly 16 points, I think, actually less than the Chaos side. So I'll set up deployment and we'll hop into the fun times. Okay, so the Necrons have arrayed themselves across the back of the board. End caps of Doomsday Arcs, and then the warriors with the Gauze Reapers out front, and the Immortals in the back. Destroyers kind of scattered across. Doomstalker and the Shard kind of way in the back, and the Overlord and the Royal Warden right there. And then out in the open for Chaos, we have a Knight on either side. The HQs are behind the Cultists in a trench. And the Greater Possessed and the Venom Crawler just hanging out there. So all of these bunkers, except for this bunker right here, have 5 Space Marines in them. The bunker I just pointed out has an Obliterator in it. So as the attackers, the Necrons go first. Probably just a whole lot of advancing and maybe some Doomsday Arc shots into the bunkers. So here we go. Necrons turn 1. Double clicking. So everything except for the 2 Doomsday Arcs advanced forward. So some of the warriors got some good rolls on their advances. The Immortals got some really crappy rolls. But on the whole, they got a whole lot closer to being able to assault these guys properly. So we'll go into... the Catan chart's not close enough for anything, so we'll go into Necron shooting. Okay, that was a little bit more crazy than I anticipated it being. Might have to revise these home rules for bunkers. This far corner Doomsday Arc blew up this bunker and killed 2 of the Space Marines. And then this Enmitic Exterminator killed another Space Marine out of this grouping. The 2 remaining heavy destroyers blew up this bunker but didn't kill any of the Space Marines inside. And nobody else is close enough for shooting. So we'll go on to Chaos turn 1. Really no movement for the Chaos side. The Master Possession, I think, casts Presence, which will affect this Venom Crawler. Which will take us on to shooting. Really the only thing that's in range is the 2 knights. That heavy bolter might be in range, maybe. Yeah, the autocannon I think might be in range also. But, so yeah, we'll go on to Chaos shooting. So the autocannon killed 3 of these warriors, but 1 of them reanimated, so only 2. Both knights attempted to kill this far Doomsday Arc, but its quantum shielding kicked in and my dice like me. Yeah, so that was kind of an unproductive shooting phase. Definitely not within charging range, so we'll go back to the Necron turn 2 movement. Pretty much everybody did the same thing. Everybody just advanced, except for the destroyers, the Catan, and the Doomstalker. So the unrelenting legions are getting closer to the walls of chaos. We are within range for the Catan shard for a power, so we're going to do that. Well, that was short and sweet. Roll to 1. No power manifests. So we'll go into Necron shooting. It took the combined efforts of both Doomsday Arcs and the Safari Destroyer to kill the bunker and 2 Space Marines inside of it. And then the 2 remaining destroyers and that squad of immortals, the middle squad there, killed all the Space Marines over here. And then this squad of immortals killed the Greater Possessed that had tried to sneak up around the corner here. No charging from the Necrons, so that'll take us on over to Chaos turn 2. Faced with the looming threat of all these Necrons just marching for them, the 2 remaining squads from these front bunkers have just kind of moved over to try and take some cover behind these barricade wall things. And other than that, nothing really moved on Chaos side. The second power I tried to manifest failed, so yeah, we'll go into Night Lord shooting. So this Night Desecrator managed to kill a single warrior. It did a decent amount of damage to this Doomsday Arc. And nobody else killed anything. So yeah, nobody's going to charge anything. So we'll go on over to Necron turn 3, which hopefully will put the Necrons close enough for some actual more engagement from the Night Lords. We'll see. Alright, so all of the warriors and immortals advanced forward again. Definitely a lot closer to the defenses here. The Catan shard also advanced. The destroyers just moved forward. The Overlord advanced and gave my will be done to this group of immortals. Royal Warden kind of got a bad roll, just hanging out. The Doomstalker moved forward a little bit, and the Doomsday Arcs have still just not moved at all. So, yep, definitely within range of a Catan shard power, so we'll take care of that. The Void Dragon did Antimatter Meteor on the cultists and managed to kill 3 of them. So we'll go into Necron shooting. I don't know how many times I say that phrase, it's still always my favorite phrase. In Warhammer. It's my favorite phrase in Warhammer. So the two Doomsday Arcs did a decent amount of damage to this Chaos Knight, these Immortals, and this Destroyer wiped out all of the cultists in the trench, and the Doomstalker did a little bit of damage to the Master of Possessions. So we're not gonna, there's nobody in charge range Necron wise, so we'll go on over to the Night Lord's turn of movement. So in light of the ridiculous amount of firepower the Necrons have, pretty much none of the Night Lords really moved per se. Yeah. Uh, the Sekers did manage to summon in this Demon Prince. And yeah. I did indeed once again fail my psychic rolls. So we're going to, yeah, Night Lord shooting. At least everything's super close, so maybe these guys can get some shots off. We'll see. So both knights whipped super horribly. The Venom Crawler managed to kill a single warrior, and the Obliterator in this bunker. All of these warriors saved against his attacks somehow. So that was a pretty dismal Night Lord shooting phase. Nobody's in range to charge for them, so we'll go on over to the Necron turn. Definitely gonna shoot up some chaos now. The Necrons have achieved some decent penetration of the enemy stronghold. These guys are definitely in. These guys might as well be in, and all of these guys are pretty close. The warriors advanced, the immortals did not. The destroyers just moved up regular. The void dragon just moved up regular. These guys just moved up regular. These immortals got my will be done from the overlord. And the Doomsday Arcs and Doomstalker just stayed where they were. So the Tan Shard is going to do something awesome. In reality, the awesome thing is it's going to roll a 1 and do nothing. So we'll go to Necron shooting. A decent amount of death occurred. These warriors did a decent amount of damage to the greater possessed that was here. And this destroyer finished it off. This destroyer killed the heavy weapon that was over here. And these immortals did a little bit of damage to this guy. These warriors and these immortals did a little bit of damage to this guy. The warriors over here and the destroyer behind them did a decent amount of damage to this guy, and then all three, the Doomsday Arcs and the Doomstalker, all targeted this. Got it down to 2 wounds. It saddens me that it's still alive. None of my melee is in charge range, so that'll take us on over to the Night Lord's turn. The Sorcerer, Master of Possessions, and Demon Prince all cast Smites, killing 7 of these Necron warriors, but not completely killing the squad. So we'll go on over to Night Lord shooting. That was a pretty terrible shooting phase. The Obliterator in this middle bunker here killed off one of these warriors. The 2 knights between them managed to do a little bit of damage to the far Doomsday Arc over here, but they were unable to kill it. I did actually roll to see if anybody was going to be brave enough to charge, but my dice didn't like the outcome, so we're just going to go to a Necron turn. Pretty much everything moved, just a regular thing. The Night Lord's lines have been breached rather severely. Got this outlier squad of immortals that had some bad advance rolls, but they're getting there. Doomstalker, Doomsayer just kind of stayed put. We'll do the Tan Shard power. The Void Dragon's Voltaic Storm killed off this last aspiring champion from the bunker that used to be over here. So we'll go over to Necron shooting. I feel like that was a super ridiculous shooting phase. These warriors killed off the last remaining guy that was here. And these immortals, it's like a point of damage to the Imperial Knight. These guys tried to shoot at the knight and did a whole lot of nothing. Same with that guy. These guys pumped everything they had into the knight, and it died. And then the Doomsday Ark and the Doomstalker here combined their efforts and managed to kill this knight. And then this Doomsday Ark over here managed to really wound this Obliterator. So that'll take us into charging. I don't really see a need to charge with the Necrons at this point. So we'll go into the Night Lord's turn. So really all that happened for Night Lord movement was the 3 HQs just topped up in the trench, and the Demon Prince just kind of flew over the trench to land kind of here in the midst of the enemy. So we'll get on to the Psychic phase. Probably a lot of smites. So this Master Possession managed to kill off the last remaining Necron warrior that was hanging out here. The Sorcerer managed to paralyze himself and did not get any damage done. And the Demon Prince did a little bit of damage to the Destroyer with his smite, but didn't kill it off. So we'll go into Night Lord shooting. The Obliterator on the hill here killed off half the squad of warriors. The Obliterator in this bunker killed off this other Destroyer. So that'll take us on over to Night Lord charging, which will be this guy into these guys. The Demon Prince did successfully charge into the Immortals, taking a significant amount of damage for doing so, and ultimately they saved against his wound attacks, so here we go. They were unable to do any damage back to him. Yeah. So that'll be the Necron turn? Yes, Necron turn. Okay. The Immortals that were in combat with the Demon Prince have fallen back. Everybody else has just moved forward. These guys moved over a little bit so that these guys could move up. These guys moved up. These guys go back. I forgot to move these guys, but I'll just move them 5 inches forward in a second. The Doomsday Arcs and Doomstalker didn't move. And these guys have just moved up forward to get more access to this bunker. So I'm gonna move these guys real fast and then do the Catan Shard power. So yeah, the Immortals just moved up 5 inches. The Catan Shard, the Void Dragon, did Voltaic Storm, but it only did 1 damage to this Master Possession, so he's still alive, unfortunately. But that'll take us to Necron shooting, which will hopefully wipe out most of these defenders. I spent so much time concentrating on those knights, I completely forgot that I had to destroy these 3 bunkers back here, so that might take an extra round. I don't know. I had said that I had forgotten about the bunkers, but I took care of that this turn. It was a combined effort on the part of pretty much every unit that could shoot, plus the Doomsday Arcs. But all of these last bunkers have been destroyed. The 2 Space Marine units both lost a unit in the destruction of their bunker, such is the way of life. And the far Doomsday Arc over here managed to kill the Demon Prince. So we'll go into charging, which will be this shard into this Master Possession. The Shard of the Void Dragon most definitely slew the Master of Possessions. So that'll take us on over to the Night Lord's turn. what little of them there are. None of the Space Marines have elected to move. The Warp Talons have landed here with the hope of kind of like a suicidal charge into those guys later in the turn. But we'll go into the Psychic phase, smiting from this guy probably. In an unexpected turn of events, the Sorcerer rolled an 11 on Smite and managed to kill this Locust Heavy Destroyer. It did not reanimate. Well, that'll definitely help him out. So then we'll go into Night Lord shooting. This Obliterator managed to kill off 2 of these warriors. And this squad of Space Marines killed off 1 of these warriors. So then we go into the charge phase, which will be the Warp Talons over here, charging into these Necron warriors right there. Well, the Warp Talons didn't make their distance, but nobody died in the attempt, so yeah, there you go. But that'll take us on over to the Necron turn, and without a bunker to protect these guys, I don't know how this is going to end up. Could end this turn. We could go another couple of turns. We'll see how it goes. So these immortals over here just moved up a little bit to give them a better vantage point. Other than that, nobody else is moving at all. So we'll do his Catan power. He tried to manifest a Voltaic Storm and it failed to occur. So we'll go on to Necron shooting. So the Doomstalker over here killed off the Obliterator that was right there. This guy killed off both of these guys. So, yep. That'll take us on over to the Night Lord phase, because the Necrons aren't charging. So, yeah. 6 guys. They probably won't live very long. The Warp Talons just moved a little closer to the edge to make the charge a little easier. And nobody else moved. So, shooting phase. So, this lone Space Marine tried to shoot these guys and failed miserably. And these 3 guys with the plasma gun and the plasma pistol, or the plasma gun and the bolt pistol, managed to kill off 2 of these warriors. So now, these Warp Talons are going to charge this remaining warrior. Color me impressed. So the Warp Talons, one of them died in the charge, but the surviving one, the leader, champion, veteran sergeant guy or whatever, he managed to actually kill that warrior, so not bad. But that's the end of the Night Lord's turn, and this is probably the last turn of the game with only 5 models for Chaos. Yeah, probably. Indeed. You know what? We're not even going to bother with Necron movement. We'll see if this guy can kill this thing with a antimatter meteor. It was unable to do so, so then Necron shooting. So these 3 warriors killed the remaining guy there. One of the Doomsday Arcs killed the Warp Talon, and the other Doomsday Arc killed off these Space Marines. So that means that the Necrons are victorious in this experimental bunker thing. So that was super interesting. I guess I should have... I guess we'll put bunkers on, or guns on the bunkers next time so they can shoot better, rather than just relying on the troops inside of them. Either way, the bunker thing did make it interesting. Perhaps maybe do some mission type things in the future where it's like hold and protect, or maybe count on some objective markers. I don't know. But I'll definitely use those in different ways more in the future. Definitely need to get more terrain however I look at it, but we go as we go. If you made it this far, thank you very much. I do appreciate it, and have a good rest of your day.